Hello. Okay, I get it. It is tracking. Great. So first and foremost, thank you so much for coming to my monthly AI/tech training. So today, what we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about how to use ChatGPT and some of the prompts, the way that we talk to the AI to let it do the work for us, some of the heavy lifting. And I'm going to show you some of the results, some of the things that you could do with this, and another tool that has really helped me as a rainmaker get my head together, get my systems together, and move forward. Do you guys have any questions for me at the moment?
I do.
Go ahead, ma'am.
Do you only use ChatGPT or do you use any of the other services?
So there's a ton out there, right? And I could talk about Gemini, I could talk about ChatGPT, and there's a number of other things that we can use, but for the purpose of keeping it simple and easy to use, we're going to focus on ChatGPT. What I have found is like Gemini for Google, it can do some things that ChatGPT can't do because of integration, but ChatGPT is a more robust AI and can give you better results, at least in my experience. So if you were here, you weren't here last month, but we talked about using ChatGPT to create presentations through another program, which we can sit down, another time and go through that. But to help you make tailor-made buyers and seller presentations in different languages. That's really cool. So for today, let's get crack-a-lack in here. All right, so ChatGPT. Let me ask you guys a few questions before I jump in here. How much do you actually know about ChatGPT? Like, how much have you used it?
Every day.
Every day. Okay, what do you use ChatGPT for?
Post for Facebook.
Okay.
I use it for pictures too.
But not.
I use it for pictures too.
Okay.
But I have the unpaid version, so I only get 3 a day.
Yeah, sure.
Now, I have a question. Do you use yours? Is yours paid or unpaid?
So mine is unpaid, but I can do as many as I want. I don't know if it's because I logged in when they were first launching this or what. I don't know how that account system works, but I get so many of the new one. I have unlimited of like 3.0. I can use it as much as I want to.
Okay.
Yeah. What about you? How much do you use this?
I use it for most of my social posts, and I also use it for listing remarks, things like that. Emails, I do. So I always run everything through ChatGPT.
So how well do you know how to talk to ChatGPT?
Probably not well enough.
Okay.
That way. For some reason, I see like sometimes it's connected to a couple of programs that I work with, and then I go back and it's not protected, so I have to copy paste it and do that whole thing.
Yeah. So I guess what I mean is, as a person talking to the AI to give you
Like prompting it?
Correct. Give you the results that you want.
I'm not doing it as I keep thinking afterwards. I should have asked for it to give me like when you do it for a social post, to use keywords.
Right. So let me show you real quick what I do for social media, right? So the first thing I do, let's talk about a listing, right? So I just listed 323 Glenport Road, right? So first thing I do is tell it to research. So the reason I do this is not necessarily for me, because I know this information, but I want ChatGPT to know this information. Because now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tell it to create a Facebook post of this info. So this Facebook post is in my language. This post is exactly how I want it to do because I have told ChatGPT how I want every Facebook post, right? So if you see it's got the emojis in here, right? It's got the flavor in here, and then at the end of it, it's got my call to action. It's got all my relevant hashtags, the things that I want it to be familiar with. So this is step one.
How did you get that?
Right. So that's why I'm showing you. This is step one. How to talk to the AI and make it do what you want it to do. So what I did is I said, I messed with this for hours trying to figure out how to get this done. And so what I said is, every time you do a Facebook post for me, I want emojis, right? Every time you do a Facebook post for me, I want relevant hashtags. I want these specific and anything relevant to this topic, right? And then it locked it into place. So every time I do an email,
Where do you set that up?
you just tell it to do it. Yeah.
Okay. I'm a newbie, so teach me like I'm in preschool.
So this is, I just told it to, I'm basically building you a marketing plan for your listing right here, right? So we just did the Facebook post, right? Here's the email you send to your clients, and I told it to save all of this information. Now, every time I said, save this, and every time I send an email from the team, this is what it's going to populate, right? Because we use ChatGPT at some point now, as we've evolved with tech in all of our lives. So sometimes I say, hey, ChatGPT, create a response to this email that may or may not be real estate related. So I have to make sure that you just identify that when you're talking to ChatGPT. The other thing is have 2 different accounts of personal and professional. That may help you too. So as you can see though, it's got the same flavor and feel, right? And this is how I want it to talk for me. Yes.
What do you mean create an email for this property? What
So-
do you mean?
So if you look,
Isn't that I have to give them the email?
hold on. So first, the step 1 was telling ChatGPT, telling the AI to research this property that I just listed, right? So now ChatGPT has this information, call it on its brain, right? It's thinking about 323 Glen Forest Road in Magnolia, right? So now I've asked it to build a Facebook post for me to post that I just listed this property, right? But it's still thinking about 323 Glen Forest. So then I asked it to create an email for me based on that property so that I could send that out to my clients. So now it just genned up that email for me, right?
All of this is on the screen, but you have to cut and paste and take that to wherever you want to post it yourself.
So you just come down here, and then you just copy it and throw it out.
Have you
click? I'm sorry. Okay, I see it.
Yeah, but what is the email?
What do you mean? What is the?
You said
It's right
create email. Where is it?
It's right there.
So
Yeah.
it's just the body of an email that
Yeah. Yeah. So it's created the email that I'm going to send out.
Okay.
The actual email itself, right?
It's not smart enough to go into your email and send it out for you. Yeah.
That's not true. It is, but you have to pay for that integration.
It's not
Right.
free enough.
Right. It's not free enough, right? So ChatGPT as a whole, like its fingers touch everything.
Okay.
Just about everything you can think of. You can integrate into email. It depends on what service you use. So if you use, let's say you use Google, or you use Gmail. Gemini is the same thing. And if you've paid for the professional suite, the business suite through Google, it comes with Gemini. It's free now. It used to be a charge service, but now it's free. So you can use Gemini to create these emails into your Gmail account as long as you've got that suite unlocked. And I don't know if Gemini is free for non-professional users. I haven't looked into that because I'm a pro user, and they told me it was free, so I was like, okay, cool. Right?
Can I?
Yes,
ask you a
ma'am.
Question, I'm sorry, this place is gonna be long.
It's okay.
You said your professional suite with KW, is that your KW email or is it a separate one?
That's separate.
Okay.
So I bought dresses for all of my team. Because let's be honest, you know, we're professionals and we're in business,
No.
right?
And I have a platform through GoDaddy.
Sure. Same thing.
Okay. And they also have a
AI.
AI thing,
Yeah.
but it's,
So there's nothing wrong. Everything that you're doing here in ChatGPT, you can take this same advice and add it to whatever AI service you're using, whether it's Gemini or GoDaddy or GoMami, whatever it is, whatever service it is that you're using that day, right? So, but these same ideas are here. Now, what I want to show you is this is the basics. You tell it, I want these things, and keep these things all the time because I like that presentation. But now what you can do, so I had to create this email. I'm going to say, rephrase email with a first-time home buyer from first-time home buyer that's military. So I'm asking ChatGPT to rewire or rephrase this email with words or content that would be relevant to a first-time homebuyer, and then it's maybe military. So obviously that, right? Because the military part wasn't relevant. So what you would do then is say, with anybody that has ties to Dover Air Force Base or anybody that would be interested in living close to Dover Air Force Base, it'll take that verbiage and put it here, right? But it talks about a first-time home buyer. Another thing we can do is get rid of this. Rephrase the home buyer. Email. When we
I've been doing this after you showed it to me, Chris.
yeah,
I've been just playing with it. It's amazing.
It does so much.
it does.
Yeah.
It does. So now the tone of this email is completely different. Now it's fun, it's witty and airy, right? So the definition, the way that you want to present yourself when you're sending these professional emails, Facebook posts, is defined here. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I want it professional. Like for me, my tone is professional and fun, right? But you can do witty, you can do adventurous, you can do all kinds of different keywords there. They're gonna hone in on your personal voice, right? Once you figure that out, tell ChatGPT, this is how I want all of these. So when you go and say create an email or create a Facebook post, it will always have that feel, unless you tell it otherwise, right? If you say, you know, my norm is this, but I'm sending a professional, very aggressive toned email, then, you know, it will do that one-off for you. It won't change the normal settings, it'll just do the one-off for you. Now, I've showed you the Facebook post, the email. Let's do the text message real quick. This.
I don't understand messages.
Send it.
It probably would.
I'm just saying, it would pick it up.
Do you want it?
Quick and easy, right? Boom, boom, so fast. Now, why is all this important? Because I'm going to tie all this together. This right here is the foundation of your smart plan, right? This is the foundation of all of your smart plans. Because what is a smart plan? It's a call or a text or an email, right? So you can now say, create a marketing plan using emails.
It may be able to create, when we call for,
A
you
script?
know, a script.
Mhm.
That's awesome.
It's right there.
It can do
Well-
anything.
So I would, in this case, if you were looking for a script, it didn't populate it, but you could actually use this right here. You can use that text message as your quick script to talk about it. But what you can do is once this is done populating, let's see, okay, cool. Add. So for those of you that are rainmakers, right, and you're trying to get those scripts that Mark was talking about today during Wind, right? This is how you can do that. This is how you can give them in the Rainmaker side of command. You can create these smart plans and give them to your team members and say, hey, run this smart plan. You got a new buyer, run this smart plan. You can put this script that it just populated, you can put that script right in the action, in the activity. When it says create an activity phone call, that script can go in there and say, hey, new team, new agent, use this script. This is week 1 script. Use script, week 2 script, etc., etc. And you can create those all the time. Now for single solo agents, or if you're wanting to do this on your personal side of command, you could create your own smart plans, same concept. Right? I want to run this script when I'm calling my buyers. I want to run this script when I'm calling my sellers. I want to run this script when I'm calling vendors. Right? Make sense?
Mhm.
Okay. So, to go back, this is lesson 1. To go back and talk, you create a subject, whether it's a new listing, whether it's a neighborhood, a state, the United States, whatever it may be that you want, ask ChatGPT to research it for you. And research it until you find the information that you want. Redefine the parameters, right? So I want to know what the home prices for Kent County, Delaware were. What was the average sold price? And it's going to tell you a number between here and here, right? You could say, what's the average sold price for bedroom 2-bath home in Kent County? Right, and it'll give you those kind of basic parameters. It reaches into Zillow, Redfin, all the open search sites, right? And it will tell you, it'll tell you a loose number, and you can use that and say, create a marketing plan, create a social media plan, create a Facebook plan, create whatever kind of plan you want, and it'll generate it just like this.
So, places like Zillow, Realtor.com, these places have inflated price. So I'm not gonna be able to use that, right?
I firmly disagree with you, because if you do your homework, so I'm assuming that you are professionals, right? When I'm talking about this, maybe that's my bad, but I'm assuming that you're a professional. that you have already gone into the MLS and you've already done your research. You're saying, you know, ChatGPT is telling me that these homes are selling for $9 million when I know for a fact they sold for $350, right? Take a look at that. Do your research, vet this, because this is technically public information. Wikipedia, right? So just make sure that you do your due diligence on the information. Now, like I said, it reaches into these other search engines, Zillow, Redfin, those. Yes, they're not perfect, but are they really that far off? The answer is no, not really. Is it $20,000-$30,000 difference? Sure, maybe, but is that $100,000 difference? No. And when it comes to the buyer or the seller that you're having that consultation with, that conversation, you say, hey Rick, I know that Zillow, I know that Redfin, I know that these big names, they're saying that your property could be worth, $375,000. But I want to show you the CMA that I ran for your property or the property that you're interested in, and it actually says that it's worth $350. You good? They good? They can come in.
Come in.
It's my daughter.
Oh. You're good. So
This would be good for you to learn.
Somebody already knows it. Yeah, right.
Hey, I was
This is a hustle.
visiting someone the other day, and he told me, he said, well, tonight I've got to help my grandson write a school report on Abraham Lincoln. And I said, how long has it got to be? And he told me.
Close your ears.
And I went to ChatGPT, and I said, write me a 200-word essay about Abraham Lincoln. And in 30 seconds, I handed it to him. I said, there you go.
So
And it
again,
was excellent.
so I just want to throw something out there since you're talking about that right now, real quick. Is that number one? So in school, they are smart to this. They are smart to ChatGPT, right? So what they've done is they've put in these filters that will look for pirated content, and it will flag and you will fit. So here's something that we're talking. So right now we're talking small. We're talking like small marketing plans, for a listing or whatever. So something I actually want to piggyback this. Something I want to show you is that you can go bigger. You can think bigger, right? So I use this tool called Miro, and it's a board where you can kind of put your ideas down, and you can build, the sequence of events charts and stuff like this, right? So this is blurry on purpose. You guys don't need to see all of what I'm talking about, but what I want to show you is that I asked ChatGPT to build me a training program that would be relevant to agents in Keller Williams military, right? Because you guys know I'm a regional ambassador. So I asked it to develop me a 12-month plan how to train agents on relevant information for this specific time in this specific market. And this is kind of what we came to. Now, this is old information. We're not even using this at this point. But that right there, you could use.
Which Miro?
What's that?
What is it?
So this program, Miro, it's a separate program. It's not AI. I'm just showing this that this is something that I used to build out plans. Like,
So you used AI to create that, and you
to create
uploaded
some of that, yeah.
Okay.
So for instance, my team and all the systems that we do, maybe, did it move? Oh no, there. All right. So my team and the systems that we use, how we run buyers, how we run sellers, are all built in here. I didn't use AI to do that. I used AI to create some of the products that are connected to this. But this is a fantastic program where if you don't know, right, if you're not sure on how to do something, you can say, ChatGPT, create this for me. Well, teach me how to do this. What are resources that I can reach out to learn how to become a better seller's agent, how to become a better buyer's agent. Write me a script. Write me this. Do these different tasks. And if you like it, and that's a system that you want to implement, right? You can put it into a board like this and say, hey, this is what I want to do. These are the things that I want to be.
So did you create all those?
Yeah, I created all of them.
Somewhere. I'm just not saying.
It's actually not. It doesn't take, once you learn how to do it, it really takes copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, change the word. Right? Maybe change some color. The original idea on how to do it, sure, took time. But the most important thing is ChatGPT can do that for you. It can create a 12-month, whatever, a 24-month. Now here's a little fun piece. When was the last time somebody actually told you what the world thought of you?
What?
Actually told you as a professional what the world thought of you.
Like your ex-wife or
Whatever. So remember that ChatGPT is public information, based on public information. Right?
Mhm.
So what? How does
You know what I asked it, Chris?
with that?
Write a press release about,
Okay, let's do that.
write a press release about Chris Clawson. Still release.
That's okay, I'll get there.
Okay.
Chris, I have a question. While
Yeah.
you're doing that. So can you tell me I don't really want to say the difference, but can you tell me, I want to say it, but can you tell me the difference between deep AI type chat? Because I use a lot of those AI chat places to form emails, my
Yeah.
text messages,
Yeah.
different things like that. What's the difference between this one and those one? It just kind of seems, because I'm playing with it right now, it seems like it does a little bit more.
So ChatGPT, let's call it, was the first. It was not, but it was. It was the first one that everybody publicly recognized as a public open source AI. There's been AI existing for a long time before that, and you had no idea, right? But this is the first public one. So as it was the first to really come out and be big, it was also the first to throw its net out and touch everything, right? So most of your popular AI functions are going to be entrenched in ChatGPT, right? There are all kinds of AI things happening right now. If you're not using AI, if you're not thinking about AI in your business right now,
You're a dinosaur.
you're done. You are finished, right? Because the truth is, your competition out there probably already has a year or two on you, right? As has been brought up, people her age are using AI right now. They are crushing it. They are making so much money out there off of just creating things, presentations. Do you know how easy it would be to create a marketing company now based off of something as simple as AI? You can tell AI to create a 24-month or a 12-month marketing scheme, and then just take that information into Gamma.ai, what we talked about last month, and then have it build that presentation, use that presentation, pull it apart, and now you have a marketing company. I'm not saying it's vetted in perfection, but I'm saying it's the stepping stones to a marketing company, right? So back to kind of what I was talking about. Here's that press release, right? This is what AI says about me. This is reaching out to all Facebook and reviews and all the public profile. This is what people think. And it's amazing, it's amazing thinking that this is.
It took a quote from you.
It did.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Right. So, this is kind of what I wanted to talk about today, is a little bit about talking to AI, right? I can't tell you what voice you want to hear. You have to kind of define that person. Who do you want to be? Do you want to be the consummate professional? Do you want to be the fun guy, right? Do you want to be the one that's got jokes? I mean, if you look online today at marketing pieces, you've got real estate agents that are making hilarious TikToks. rap TikToks or just joke TikToks. You've got people that are doing highly educational material in 30 seconds. This built that for them. This right there said, give me 5 real estate topics with 30-second video scripts for market. Sure. There you go.
Okay.
5. You just had 5 videos right there. Boom. Done. 30 seconds. Right? We're talking Instagram, maybe some TikTok. All you have to do is add the information. Now, there are some cool other programs that we're going to talk about later this year that are going to be where you see in TikTok and Instagram videos where they're like pointing to the information, the things behind them, right? There are other AI programs where you can basically take this right here, put it into a program, and that script will come out in your voice, right? And then another program will take your information, your relevant numbers and things like that, and populate them on the screen. So that when you're talking, you can be like, I want it here. And it'll populate that number where your finger is. Right? Now, these aren't free. I'm telling you right now, they're not free. They're not super expensive, but they're not free. And people right now are using these things all the time. Questions, concerns, guys?
Does it produce videos?
No.
Okay.
You have to do that yourself.
Okay.
Unfortunately, they can't erase the human side yet. They're working on it.
And the pictures were pretty good,
Yeah.
but the words they always get the words messed up.
Yeah.
So it's good. But I like to use ChatGPT to give me a general idea sometimes.
Yep.
And then I can put my own spin on it. Or
Me personally, what I like to do with my marketing, and I'm not perfect, right? I will tell you that my marketing this year, I'm looking at it and really stepping it up into third and fourth quarter of this year, as it takes a little while to get those wheels moving. That I'm really looking at what people want and what's out there. But what I can say is I really like to use Canva because I know that AI pictures aren't awesome, right? So I take the pictures, I grab the AI's information and I import that all into Canva.
Can you do a Canva class?
I can.
yeah, that'd be great.
I can't make it work for me.
Sure.
And
Sure. I will.
Yeah,
So-
I have Canva, but my admin, every time I try to go on, I'm myself.
I mean,
Yeah.
I pay $14 a month for it too.
Yeah.
Like I have the pro, and it's just like I'm still not doing what I should be doing.
Yeah, sure. We can definitely put that on the list. Yeah. So now I want to open it up to you guys. Is there anything that you guys want to see that you haven't done yet with AI, with ChatGPT that I can show you today?
Just thinking of it now, can you prompt it to look for like a community where people are more likely to move?
Okay.
Yes.
So this is general, right? Now you can say,
And you start kind of
Right.
that.
yeah, which Middletown. What's home seller? Right?
Yeah. Woodgrove Mill.
Yeah. So those neighborhoods right now are identified that there is a large amount of people that are selling their homes in that area.
Yeah.
It is very loose. It's not perfect. But if you're interested or want to get to know more of that neighborhood, you can come on here and ask this question and then just dive in it.
That's what I like to use a lot of. I mean, I use it for social media, but I like to do it too for the general to find that.
Yep.
And then you kind of go down the rabbit hole.
Absolutely.
And figure it, you narrow that more down. So big fan.
You know what I did with it? I hope you don't mind me, because you did open it up. I uploaded a picture of myself and said, create cartoon characters of this picture. And it did.
So, speaking of something that's really cool too, is if you have a listing contract, right? You can take that PDF and upload it into ChatGPT and ask it to generate your email for you. So, or your seller's your buyer's agreement. When you're getting ready to shoot your email out to the listing agent, you can say, hey, read this real quick and create an email on this and send it out. Now you have to, I would recommend scrubbing the personal data, right? But you could quickly do that. And then it'll generate your email saying, hey, we're looking at doing this with these contingencies, right? On these dates and these times with this amount of EMD, this down payment, however you want to write that. But that'll do it for you.
I wish they did that a couple years ago because I have that template.
Yeah. I hear you. Well, at least, so the thing is though, right? And templates are awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Doing it the same way every single time is awesome. But so is doing it just a little bit different every time. The same information is in there, but the words are a little different. Right? Maybe you've evolved. Maybe you're no longer that like timid new agent. Maybe now you're like that super confident mega agent, right? And now you're like, here's what I got for you. Take it or leave it, sister. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, you can definitely, change those words up a little bit. Sometimes templates are really great. Sometimes a little bit of you in those templates, I feel is so much better.
Mm-hmm.
This was good.
Yeah, last month when you did it, I was like, I gotta get to the next one.
Yeah.
That's all I'm like,
For sure.
this is awesome.
So now that we kind of have a baseline, we did January and February. In March, we're going to have a guest speaker, or at least I got to talk to Caroline, but in March, we're going to have a guest here to talk about some tech security and things like that.
Elon?
For our, what's that?
Elon Musk?
Hey. For our push into March, but in April, I will do another one that's going to take some of this foundational information and help you move even further with some other programs.
I know you almost done.
Yeah.
I missed that last month. Can you show us Gamma?
Me too.
You got time?
Yeah, sure.
So it's Gamma AI.
Alright, give it an ask.
Gamma dot what?
App.
Oh, app.
Yep.
And what is Gamma used for?
This will make your presentations. Yeah. I don't know that I have any more free ones left.
So how many you get free with this?
You get a certain number of credits for free. So I'm here for hacks, cheats, and tips. Right? My advice is they don't care who you are, they just care about your email address. So once you run out of credits, add a 1 to that email address, boom. You get another free set of credits if you're cheap, right?
How much is it?
I'm not sure.
I think we checked last time when you were down
It was 360 credits for $1. So What's your natural language?
Farsi.
Farsi. Got it. You ready? This is gonna be just for you. Farsi, F-A-R-S-E-E.
No, Farsi. Yep.
Can you read that?
Uh-huh.
Okay, that's cool. Now, we're gonna take this over to gamma.ai. Maybe, just kidding. Gamma.app, and I'm gonna create a new one. We are going to.
Oh, wow. That jumped did the whole thing. That's crazy.
Are you doing that when
The game, that's wild. And then you can literally just download this and print it out?
Yep.
The world's coming to an end, and AI about to take over.
So with this, you get to change the colors, however, whatever your team's colors are, or your agent brand colors are, right? So we're gonna use that one. And boom. Okay, there it is, right?
Wow.
Still,
So here is your presentation in Farsi for a, what was it, first time home buyer or home seller? I don't remember. Buyer. This is a buyer's presentation in Farsi for your Farsi related clients. Whatever you want to present is here, but also if you want to make documents in a foreign language, ChatGPT will help you. If you want it to translate for you, it will help you. So if you're going through your seller's contract, and yes, they speak English, but English isn't their first language. Take that bad boy, throw it into ChatGPT and say translate to Spanish. And now you can print that document and hand it to them with it right next to them. Now also understand anybody that speaks another language knows that English isn't always perfectly translated into another language. So you may need a little clarification there, but this is a great way to get a great way to start having those conversations with people that speak other languages. This presentation tool is amazing for other people that speak different languages, right? Questions on that? That's as simple as it is. You take your prompt, whatever presentation you want, you take your prompt out of AI, throw it in here and say, do it.
Now those pictures, can you change?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Sure can.
Now when you do your own, are you changing out pictures or?
Yeah. So what I do, again, because this is who I am, I'm an artist. So for me, I gotta have my own touch on it. Right? I'm that way. I can admit that nowadays. So I download this as a presentation, as a PowerPoint, and I upload it into Canva, and I take all my pictures and I switch them out. Because me personally, I like to use real photos.
That's what I was.
Yeah. I like to use real photos of either sales I've done, clients that I've had, reviews that I've done, homes that I've sold. I like to put those in my presentation just because it makes me feel like it's really me.
Yeah, not completely AI.
Right. Well, so again, AI helps me write these. I don't just use the canned material. I go in and I edit the words to fit me, or I change like where it is and all those things. So at the end of the day, sure, some of it is AI, but most of it has my touch on. has my DNA. Questions, guys? Concerns?
How would you download the presentation?
You go up to the top. I believe it's here. Right there.
Excellent, perfect.
Yep. And this is a great program. It really is. You can have it change the photos if you want. You can have it change the wording if you want, change the colors. This is the free version. The paid version obviously has a bigger suite. But when in a pinch, you're like, oh crap, I got a seller that I got to get with right now. Boop, bam, done. Right? You can print it, you can send it to them, however you want to do it.
Nice. One the pinch to the cinch.
There it is. There it is. All right, guys. So, as I wrap up today, thank you so much for coming to my class. Thank you so much for being part of this community. I invite you all to come to my tech committee meeting. It'll be through Google Meets. It'll be tomorrow at 10 o'clock. I would love. All right. I'd love to have you guys on. One of the important things about this committee meeting is this is going to directly affect these classes. So if there's something that you want more of, come to the committee meeting. Let me know. If you're using a new program, if you're using a new piece of technology, talk to me about it. Because I would love to showcase that. I would love to showcase you and that product. You know, so if you're a designer, if you're creating a program on the phone or whatever it may be, and it's something you think could really help us, man, come on, let's talk about it, right? And then it helps me out too, because I'm only one person. I only have so much time in my day to research this stuff. So if you guys know anything, let me know. Come to my meeting. I would love to see you guys there.
Would ChatGPT do the research for you?